Hey, how are you all? Erlina Fatosa of Fatosa Marketing, and I am the founder of the 24K Offer Creation Challenge. And we just launched the Sell 24K Offers program, which actually is $5,000 right now. So you could actually join the Sell 24K Offers program for just $5,000. The link for that program is in the chat. And so, just some specifics about the program. If you are a Black woman in business, you cool with Jesus, you cool with faith. Um, I actually lead with biblical scriptures for affirmations, for faith confessions, for why you should be showing up on a regular, consistent basis. And so it's just who I am. Jesus peeps are not my target audience. I'm just a lover of Jesus. I talk about Jesus, and if you're okay with that, then you'll feel very comfortable inside of the Sell 24K's offers program. The purpose of the program is to help Black women who are coaches, service providers, consultants, experts to actually hit their revenue goals and hit their revenue goals faster with, less clients, right? Less clients, higher price points. I'm telling you, it's less stress. It is amazing to be able to hit your revenue goals with less clients. And so I actually just jumped off a call with clients inside of the program. And I actually just shared with one of our clients how she could actually hit her revenue goal of $200,000 with just 9 clients, right? Just 9 clients. I actually mapped out for her inside of the program tonight, is how she could actually hit her goal and how she can hit her goal this year, like really, really quickly, with the 9 clients. And so it's a beautiful thing. I had been sharing some content across the my pages. I think last night I had like 3 things that just dropped to my spirit, and I want to go over that with you, because it's important, right? So the first thing I want to talk with you about is I want to talk with you about um, hitting your revenue goals faster. How to be able to hit, if your revenue goal is $200,000 a year, I want to talk to you about how you can do it faster. The second thing is, if you're thinking about who's going to buy your $24,000 offer, I want to talk to you about that tonight. And then lastly, if you are actually tuned in to what's happening in the world, more than you're tuned into your word, more than you're actually tuned in to the promises of God, I also want to chat with you as well. And so let's jump right on in it. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is hitting your revenue goals faster. And so a lot of times in business, um, what I'm actually seeing people doing is they're actually pricing their services at $1,000. They're pricing their services at $2,000, $3,000, and struggling, right? Struggling, having a hard time, right? I won't say struggling. I will say that it's not as easy for you to sell those $1,000, $3,000 offers. And sometimes it feels like you're pulling teeth to actually support people when you know that what it is that you do gives people a transformation. It actually transforms their lives, their businesses. It transforms their health, their relationships. And so it's kind of like you're playing tug of war with people to get them to their next level when you're selling these 500, 1,000, $2,000 type services. And so you may say to me, Erlina, well, if I am, playing tug of war kind of with people to get them to invest with me at $500, if I'm playing tug of war with people to try to get them to invest with me at $1,000 or $2,000, how in the world am I going to make more money faster selling $24,000 offers if get people to pay me $300. It just seems like tug of war. It seems like, I'm doing too much, right? I'm out here hustling and grinding, trying to get people to pay $500 or $1,000 for a service. So how do I actually get people to pay me $24,000? And what I want to tell you is three things. The person who's buying the offer at $500 is not the person who's buying the offer at $24,000, right? And so when people are willing and able to invest at $24,000, their mindset is different. And so what I have found is that it's actually easier to sell a $24,000, a $30,000 offer than it is to sell a $500 offer, because the $24,000, the $30,000 offer is positioned in such a way that you don't have to play tug of war with them, because you are actually providing a transformation at a level in such that they appreciate what it is that you're offering. They're actually excited that you're offering it. They're excited to work with you. They see you as a solution to their problem, and you don't have to play tug of war with people who are willing to invest $24,000, $30,000 for an offer, where you have to you play tug of war with people for $500 because they see that offer as optional. They see that offer as something else that they're adding, but it's not life-changing, even though the thing that you're doing, it may be life-changing, but because your price is $500, it's $1,000. Because your price is $2,000, people is not positioned, that offer is not positioned in a way to make people feel like you're solving a problem for me, that you are a solution for me. Instead, it's positioned in a way that make people feel like this is just another thing. Like this is a take it or leave it type of thing. It's not adding that much value, because let's be clear, it don't cost that much, okay? It don't cost that much. It don't cost me that much. And so honestly, if I think about it, I'm not looking for it to be transformational. I'm not looking for it to help me that much, because it's not priced in a way that it helps me that much. Come on, y'all. This is good. And so when you're trying to push these $500, $1,000 packages, people are playing tug of war with you when it comes to buying it, because they just see it as something else that I purchased. Oh, it's just going in my closet. Oh, it's just going to be junk at the end of the day. It's just something else that I purchased. And so this thing ain't bringing transformation. It ain't bringing the difference that I need in my life, in my relationship, in my business, because it don't cost that much anyway. I'm going to have to buy something else next time. I'm going to have to invest again. I'm going to have to do this thing over and over again. And so they're playing tug of war with you because that price is so low that they're like, this can't be the solution. It can't be the answer to my problem, because it's $500, because it's $1,000, because it's $2,000. So they're not even expecting a transformation. They're not expecting it to change their lives for the better. They're not expecting it to actually to be, what they've been praying for it to be, because it's priced so low. But when you price something at $24,000 or more, it positions it as, I'm looking for this thing to be an answer to my prayer. I'm looking for this thing to actually be transformational, to be an investment where I pay for this thing and it's the gift that just keeps on giving because I invested at a higher level. I'm plugged in. I'm locked in. I'm looking for a result. I'm looking for a change. I'm looking for this to be the solution for what I need, because I invested more. And so when you get people playing tug of war with you for those $500, $1,000, $2,000 offers, it's because you ain't positioning it as something that's going to be a game changer, be a life changer, a solution for them. You position it for them as just another option, just another check in the box, just something I just got this because it's $1,000. That's nothing to me, okay? But people who are willing to pay $24,000, $30,000, $36,000, $50,000, they're like, this is exactly what I need to change the game in my life, in my business, in my relationships, in my mental health. And so you have priced your services, you have priced your coaching, you have priced your consulting services in a way that makes people say, I'm gonna need something else. Woo! I'm gonna need something else. This can't be all I need because this ain't even that valuable. But here's the thing, you add in value. It's good. That thing could be transformational. That book could be the book of the century to actually take them to where they are, to exactly where they want to be, but you only put $10 on it. So they like, I bought the book, but it's in my closet. I ain't even read that thing. I bought the course, but it's $300. I'm not even going to open it because it can't be the solution. It can't be exactly what I need to get to my next level because it ain't cost me nothing. Woo! It ain't cost me nothing. That's why when I was in the world, right? Oh, this is so good. That's why when I was in the world, right? My pastors would say, don't give up that vagina. Listen, no kids, don't be listening to this. Don't be giving it up. You got to know that your vagina, right? Your virginity is precious. Right? It costs you something, right? It gotta cost you something to lay with me, to be with me. Can I go there, right? Can I talk about that for a little bit? It's precious to be with me, right? You can't just give it away to just anybody. Like it's you a king's kid. You mean a lot, right? And so you got to think about it as man, like that thing is valuable, right? But anyway, people don't put value on what you give away for free, which you give away easily. So they used to say those around the way chicks, right? Who just giving it away. Oh, it ain't nothing. It don't mean nothing to her. I just met her on the first date and she gave it up. Let me get back. Let me get back to the real story. Okay. Let me not go there. Y'all don't want that story from Erlina. Y'all don't want that. Let me know in the comments, right? Y'all don't want the real deal on wheels, right? Let me be saved and sanctified, a good saint. Let me not talk about that type of stuff on these here live stream parts, right? Let me not get too real with y'all, right? Let me not get too comfortable, right? With y'all on these here live streams, right? And so what I'm telling you is that if you have been having an issue with selling your $300, your $1,000, you're looking at me like crazy, side-eyed it, because you like, wait a minute, I can't even sell this $300 thing. I can't sell this $1,000 thing. This $5,000 thing, it's like, man, is they going to buy this thing or is they going to buy this thing? But the difference is people are not seeing that thing as the thing that's going to provide the solution for them. It's not going to be the game changer for them. So they're overlooking it. They look at it as an option, not as something that they need because the way you price it. This is positioning. This is what positioning is about. Okay. And so you have to position yourself as you're positioning your offers as this is the solution. This is exactly what you need to get your business and what your life to the next level, and not position it as a nice to have, not position it as I'm going to just check my box and let me just go ahead and get it because Erlina keep talking, right? But it has to be positioned as a thing. And once your thing is positioned as a must-have, a transformation, right? Then it's going to be easier. What just happened? Then it's going to be easier for you to find the people that will pay for your $24,000 plus offer. Okay. And so that's why you've been feeling like, I can't sell a $24,000 offer. But the person who buys a $24,000 offer, right? And even if it's the same person, ooh, this is real good. This is so good. Because some of you may say to me, Erlina, well, I can't get people to buy the $300 thing. So how can I get that same person to buy the $24,000 thing? And it's just the same way I just told you. People are looking at the $300 thing as not valuable enough. But in their mind, they do look at the $24,000 thing as valuable, so they will spend it. Can I go back carnal with y'all for a little bit? Let me go back carnal with y'all for a little bit. Maybe it's not carnal. But I talked about the relationship thing, or I talked about how people sleep with people and they just be, giving it up quick. And so because they don't see their value, right? I don't know. Maybe they see their value. Maybe they just want to, but that's a different story. We're not talking about that. But that's why, so let's say this one woman, she was like, loosey goosey. This one man, let's not just talk about women. Can we talk about men too? The one man was just kind of loosey goosey, just giving it up, right? He didn't see his value, right? He didn't see that he's a king kid. He didn't see that he's valuable, right? And that, he should be, taken seriously and worth like sleeping with just one person, right? But here's the thing. But when he meets the next woman, or when you meet the next man, not you, just people, when they meet the next person and that person decides to, she's laughing at me. When they meet the next person and they decide, wait a minute, I'm going to hold on to my goodies. I'm not going to give it to you right away because I'm a person of value, right? Or the person comes back to you and say, hey, I want to have sex with you again. And you like, nah, like I know my value. I know who I am now. You ain't getting none, right? That kind of thing. Then great analogy. So if they come back to you, you know what? I know who I am. And so since you don't want to marry me, we can't do this no more. You went back to the same person, but you changed your positioning. Come on, y'all. You changed your positioning. And so now when they came back to you, thinking that they was going to get it again, you said, I know who I am. I know who I am. I'm supposed to be married, okay? You're supposed to marry me, baby, right? And so then now they like, wait a minute. She know who she is now. If you want it, I got to put a ring on it. And so you know what they do? Baby, they put a ring on it. And so guess what? That $300 client becomes a $24,000 client because you position yourself differently. This ain't a one-night stand, baby. This ain't a one-night stand. This ain't just you going to play around with me. You're going to lock it down. You're going to marry me, okay? So that is the difference. Thank you for saying that's a great analogy. So I want you to be thinking about that. So the same people who have purchased the $300, the $1,000, they are the same exact people that can purchase your $24,000. You just have to position the offer differently, okay? So there's this mindset. Where's this $24,000 buyer at? Where's this $300,000 buyer at? And here's the thing. You have to believe in abundance. You have to believe in abundance. What does that mean? I always tell my clients, if you go to the grocery market, you have to believe that there's people inside of, I don't care what grocery market you at, okay? If you at H-E-B, you at Costco, it doesn't matter where you are. You have to believe that as I'm in Costco, there are people inside of this Costco that can pay my $24,000 plus offer. If you go to a conference, you have to believe that there's people that's right here at this conference that can pay my $24,000 offer. There's people on my email list that can pay for my $24,000 plus offer. There's people who are following me right now on social media that can pay for my $24,000 offer. The only thing they're waiting for is they're waiting for you to up your positioning. They waiting for you to be like, listen, you got to be married to me, boo. You got to be married to me, boo. Okay? That kind of thing. Okay? So, the value, let me see what you said. I'm looking for the what's your name. So, for the chat, I'll look at the chat and see what you said. But that is what it is. So there's people all around you. So let me go back because I got distracted with that analogy. Okay. So that was the first thing I wanted to talk about is, so how do you sell? How do you make money faster? How do you actually close? Like tonight I was talking to one of my clients. She said her goal is to make $200,000 in her business. I gave her a strategy to make it in about 5 or 6 weeks. Okay, it was amazing strategy. Not sharing it to you. You got to join the program to get exactly the strategy I gave her because she paid to get that strategy. Okay, but how you actually do it is focusing on just selling your $24,000 offer and whatever your goal is. So you say my goal is 200,000, 400,000, whatever the case is. How many of those people do you actually need? To be able to hit that goal, and can you just focus in on selling at that level? Can we not be selling the $300,000, the $24,000, the $1,000? Like our positioning is one day our positioning is this way, the next day our positioning is that way? Can we keep our positioning to, hey, it's $24,000 to work with me, and then you only have to focus on the amount of people you need. So if it's 200,000, you need 9 clients, right? Because it's really like 8.3, but I never met a 0.3 of a person. So it's really like 9 clients. If you want to make like $480,000 quickly, it's 20 clients that you need, and you just need to focus on laser focus on getting those amount of clients, quickly, and you're not focused on anything else. Okay, that's the second thing. And then the third thing I talked about is your mindset. Oh, your mindset is so important, because you're gonna be looking at me cock-eyed like, Erlina, how am I gonna get these 20 clients? How am I gonna get these 9 clients if you're so filled up with everything that's happening in the world right now? Okay. And so that doesn't mean that you are ignorant to what's happening in the world, right? The Bible tells us to watch and pray, right? So you should be watching to pray, not watching to let it sink in on the inside of you and make you fearful and make you, anxious and make you feel like, oh, woe is me. I need to move to Mexico. I need to move to Africa. Maybe I want to go to Nigeria or all these different places. That is not what you are to do, okay? The Bible says watch and pray, not watch and fear, okay? Can I say that again? The Bible says watch what's going on in the world and pray. Doesn't say watch and fear. And so if you are coming to me or you're thinking, oh, I can't sell a $24,000 offer, I can't sell a $30,000 offer, look what's going on in the world, look what's going on here. You are so caught up on what's going on in this world system instead of being caught up on what the word of God says, that of course you're fearing, because you should be watching what's going on and praying. Okay? And if you get to the point where you're not watching and praying and you watching and fearing, I need you to just stop watching at this point. Like, just stop watching, right? Because if the watching is actually being a detriment to your belief system, right? If your watching is allowing the devil to speak death, because the Bible says in John 10:10 that the thief comes to kill, steal, and destroy. But if your watching is stealing, killing, and destroying your dreams, your hopes, your ambitions, right? If it's stealing from you your day-to-day hopes, ambitions, and different things like that, then you need to stop watching, okay? Because $24,000 plus clients are available to you, but do you believe? I told somebody today, I was in an Uber. Was it today? It was yesterday. They buy you before they buy into an offer. Confidence in your brand attracts your buyers. That's really great. I was in an Uber yesterday. Got in this Uber with a guy, and he told me that he had heart failure, and he was telling me that something about like he has like fluid that builds up around his heart. He has to take a medication, and then the fluid from around his heart actually decreases. I think he has to go to the bathroom like a lot after he takes the medication. And so I was like, oh, hey, you know me. So I was like, so what you think about healing? Do you think that healing is for today? Like, what do you think about that, right? Because I believe that God is a healer. Like, what do you believe about? Do you believe God is real? And do you believe about healing, right? And so I was sharing him my story that I shared with you all about 2019 and how they were trying to give me diagnoses and all these different things that came up, and how I needed a 3-minute miracle, and I got a 3-minute miracle, right? Put 3-minute in the chat if you're watching. But I needed a 3-minute miracle, and I'm like, hey, I need, what's going on, God? Like, I need you to be supernatural. I need to be supernatural now. And God did just that. He was actually supernatural, and he was supernatural now for me. And so I shared that with my Uber driver, and he said to me, Erlina, I don't believe, I can't believe. And what I told him is that, well, you already believe, right? 3 minutes, thanks. So yeah, I said you already believe, because you actually, whether you believe or not believe, you choosing to believe. So you're choosing not to believe, right? And I said, you have such a situation. He said, Erlina, well, my dad died last year from this. And I said, but you're choosing not to believe. And so, I told him, I pray for I'll pray for your unbelief. I'll pray that you believe, right? Because one of the things that happened, because it didn't happen by chance that I got into your Uber, is that maybe you never even thought about healing as a possibility for you, right? Maybe you're watching this live and you never even thought about $24,000 plus offers as a possibility for you. But as I'm showing up every day and post and videos and things like that, talking about the $24,000, I want you to believe that $24,000 plus offers is possible for you. And so a lot of times what happens is you look at your circumstances, you look at what happened to daddy, as my Uber driver did, and you're like, allowing that to be the basis of your current realities. And what I want to tell you is that you get to decide what's real for you, right? And so what's real for me is that I sell $24,000 plus offers, and I do it easily, right? It takes the same energy for me to sell a $5,000 offer than it takes for me to sell a $24,000 offer. And so that could be the same exact reality for you. You just have to believe it. And so like I told my Uber driver who said he has heart disease, and I told him, can he believe God for healing? And he was like, no, I can't believe. I said, well, you did believe. You believed, you decided not to believe, right? But that's a belief. Believing that healing is not for today is a belief, right? And so I'm going to say the same thing for you. Believing that if you are thinking about that, I don't think I can sell $24,000 off. There is a belief system. You just belief is in, it not happening for you. And whether you believe it can happen for you or that it won't happen for you, that's the truth for you. And so what you need to start doing is you need to work on your belief system. And how do you work on your belief system? You get in communities where you see other people selling $24,000 plus offers. So then it becomes like, oh, I see Erlina doing it. Oh, I see this person in the community doing it. This person in the community. Everybody in the community is selling $24,000 offers. How can you be in a community surrounded by all these people selling $24,000 plus offers and not start believing it for you? Right? Faith comes by hearing. So as you start hearing people selling $24,000 offers, you're going to be like, wait a minute. I believe that for me too. I believe that I can do it too. So there's people in my community, the Sell 24K Offers community, that they've sold a $24,000 offer. They're working on selling a $24,000 offer. One person inside the community, she shared today, she has 5 leads, right? 5 people who basically raised their hands and are getting on calls with her about her $24,000 plus offers. And so it's possible for you, right? It's just, will you make a decision to believe? And I love what you said, surround yourself with believers, right? And so you can be with people who are in fear and, they just, going to be in fearful for selling them $300 offers. Or you can be around people who are selling $24,000 offers, who are getting leads for $24,000 offer plus offers every single week. And you can decide, right? The decision is yours, right? And so I do want to invite you to watch the replay of the 5-day 24K offer creation challenge. It's day 5 of the challenge. And I recap all 5 days about how to create an offer. And then on that page, there's also an invitation for you to join us inside the program. So the program right now is $5,000. On April 1st, put that in the chat if you're watching now, you watch on the replay. But on April 1st, the price is increasing to $12,000, okay? So more than doubling, and it's not a pressure thing. It's a, think about a flight. You're buying a flight. So last week I went and hung out with my mastermind family, and I made a decision, right? I think I put a post about this, that it always costs more when you delay your decision, right? So a delayed decision always costs more. And that was about the fact that I decided last week to travel to Atlanta, but I decided last week. So how many know that flight costs 3 times more? So it wasn't so the airline people didn't pressure me into buying it on time, but it just cost me 3 times more because I booked that flight like the day before I was leaving. So I booked the flight on a Tuesday, and I was flying on Wednesday. And so it cost me 3 times more. And so go ahead and delay your decision to April 1st. It's just going to cost you 2 times more, two times more, 2 point something times more, if you delay the decision. So you're going to make the decision. Like I end up making a decision to get the airline, right? So the decision was still made. I delayed it and it cost me 3 times more. So you're going to make the decision to join Sell 24K plus offers because there's nobody else in the marketplace who are teaching you how to sell $24,000 offers, and they can't do it better than I can do it. So you're going to make the decision. So whether you make the decision in March or you make it in April or May or June, that's your business, right? When you make the decision, that's when you make the decision. You can decide in March to join. You'll decide in March. If you decide in April to join, it's just going to be $12,000. Okay, so that's the only difference, right? But you're just like I decided to make that. I still boarded that flight last week. It just cost me 3 times more. So there wasn't a pressure. It was just a 3 times more. So that's what's going to end up happening. And so you can go to Sell 24K Offers. The link is in the chat. If you use Klarna, I think Klarna, you may have to have a credit score around 600 or something like that. But you can actually put $254.45 down today and take advantage of the offer that I have in the chat. Second offer I want to tell you about is if you want to work with me one-on-one, that's $24,000. And what that actually looks like is instead of us having a group calls and you like, hey, I want one-on-one support. I don't want to be, in a group or whatever. Now, I'll tell you about the group and how I do group different, because it's actually done so that everybody can win, because I want everybody to win, right? So I'll tell you about how I do my group setup in a little bit. But if you want to work with me one-on-one, you like, hey, Earlene, I just want to work with you, and we can actually work together. So you can help me create, market, and sell $24,000 plus offers. That offer does start at $24,000. And so if you're interested in that, you can DM me 24, the number's 24, and then we can talk about working together one-on-one, what that looks like, all the details. We can jump on a call. I'll just make sure that you're a right fit for it. And then we can go from there. Otherwise, if you want the group looks like this. We have calls Tuesday nights from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. CST time every single week. And what it looks like is you get the benefit from the questions of the entire group, but it's very strategic. You have weekly KPIs that you actually track relevant to hitting your goals. You are, supported with creating the offer, marketing, and selling it. So everything as it pertains to those 3 things. We have a community where you can ask, questions, get support throughout the week. We actually have 2 communities. We have a community that has a portal, and then we have a community actually here on Facebook that's amazing. And so, so that's what I wanted to share with you tonight. If you do have any questions, you like, hey, I checked out the link. I do want to sign up. I do want to be a part of the Sell 24K Offers program, but I just have a question that we do have an FAQ section on the page. But if there's something that's not there and you have a question that you want to ask, then go ahead and send me a DM. You can DM me Sell 24K. Sell 24K is what you can DM me. And I will, we can chat in the DMs about any questions that you have as it pertains to it, okay? So super, super excited to have you all to join in the program. And I look forward to either the number 24 if you're interested in VIP, that's a $24,000 offer, or Sell 24 if you are interested in VIP in the group and you have any questions, all right? So have a wonderful rest of the night, and I will see you all soon. Bye for now.